Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Street Crypto here, back for another video. In today's video, I want to talk about Litecoin and as well give my price prediction for the short and long term, as well as some news. So Litecoin is currently sitting at $242, seeing an 18% increase in the last 24 hours, sitting in a market cap of just under $17 billion right now. If we have a look at the all-time charts, we can see that Litecoin hit highs of nearly $400 back towards May, and then saw a regression back down to $120, and then we've just been going up to $250 in the last couple of hours. If you don't know what Litecoin is, quickly, Litecoin is a current cryptocurrency designed to provide fast, secure, and low-cost payments by leveraging unique properties of blockchain technology. Now, if we go into some news, there is a blockchain-based peer-to-peer food marketplace called Bistro that unveils support for crypto payments. Now, in an announcement today, the marketplace had announced that they're going to be offering and accepting payments in Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin. Now, why is this important? Well, this Bistro or marketplace isn't actually too important. It's the fact that they're choosing to go to Litecoin as one of their first major payment acceptance. Now, why is this good? Well, it shows that new projects and new investors are choosing Litecoin as a preferred payment method, as it has been so reliable, not only for the short term, but in the long term as well. Even back in May, for the last couple of years, the amount of development team that has gone into Litecoin has been absolutely phenomenal. And I think it's one of the reasons why we could see Litecoin being accepted as major payment methods for some of the big companies in the world right now. One of the ones that come to my head is Tesla, as Tesla has been obviously diving into crypto payment methods, and they had chosen Bitcoin a few months ago, but then since pulled out. And I think Litecoin could be towards the top of their list for a crypto payment service. Now, I think that's why it's worth holding Litecoin, as not only Tesla but other companies will soon come around to accepting crypto, and I think Litecoin could be near or top of that list. The next thing I want to mention is that the Commonwealth Bank of Australia has offered access to Litecoin. So the Commonwealth Bank of Australia is near the top largest bank in Australia, and it has now offered the users the ability to buy, sell, and hold Litecoin. Now, I'm going to ignore the price targets, but Litecoin on-chain activity exploded after the launch of the Litecoin Visa debit card powered by Unbanked. Now, this is really, really good news, as this is one of the first banks, especially in Australia, to starting to accept Bitcoin or crypto, so I should say, and Litecoin has been their first chosen crypto. Now, other banks are obviously going to follow. If one bank usually does something, the other banks are going to follow, because they are all greedy and they all want money. So Litecoin is going to be certainly one of these cryptos that's going to be starting to be accepted by top banks, not only in Australia but around the world. And on-chain activity has exploded, and price will eventually explode as well. Now, if we look at some of the investors that have been sticking around with Litecoin, now this is a chart showing the Litecoin reserve risk and the 7-day exponential moving average. Now, this reserve risk indicator suggests that investors are still confident, and people are starting to accumulate Litecoin at lower prices, including whales. The on-chain activity has been absolutely insane, and once we saw that dip in May and March, we saw Litecoin at prices near $160, and whales were certainly buying that dip, as they probably had inside information about the bank's acceptance for Litecoin. The next story I want to get into is not certainly a good news story, but it happened a few weeks ago, and it was the Litecoin Foundation accepting acknowledgement for a fake partnership with Walmart. Now, you've probably already heard about this, but the reason I want to mention this is because of its impact not only on Litecoin's price, but its further partnerships. So essentially what happened is an employee retweeted what turned out to be an untrue announcement about a partnership with Walmart, and it had a huge impact on price. If we have a look at this 4-hour wick right here, we saw a gain of nearly 40% in less than 4 hours. based off a false tweet. Now, why is this really bad for Litecoin's press? Well, it shows that there has been some obvious inside trading. Now, if you're telling me that this person didn't put 100x long on Litecoin before retweeting this, then you're absolutely insane. And it's really going to hurt Litecoin's future partnerships, because these companies, especially Walmart, are going to start to look at how Litecoin have handled the situation, and they're going to go, hold on, Litecoin has falsely tweeted something about our partnership, and that has really hurt their relationship. So this could hurt Litecoin in the future for upcoming relationships, but I don't think it's really too much of an issue. I just wanted to bring it up as this was something that was really, really bad in my eyes for Litecoin. But the last thing I want to get into is some TA for Litecoin. This is just the 4-hour chart. As we can see here, we had been respecting this upward trend line since the start of October, where we started at a low of $140. And then we've recently broken up resistance of $200 and then upwards of $240 at the moment. Now, where do we go from here? Well, Litecoin is at both at a resistance and a support level. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, this is a distribution zone. Now, this is a zone very important that we saw in early April as well. Now, this zone will decide what will happen for the next move, in my opinion. If we see Litecoin hold this zone for support, I think we could easily see Litecoin testing new all-time highs right now. Well, why do I think that? Well, if we look back here, once we saw Litecoin hold this zone, we saw a massive move up. Obviously, we dipped a little below it, but we saw the same thing here as well. As long as we hold this zone for at least a couple of days, 2 weeks, I think Litecoin making a massive move is a matter of time. But for the short term, I think that Litecoin will expect consolidation somewhere between $220 to $240. If we see a break below 220, I think testing the trend line at $210 to $200 is on the cards. Now, where would I place orders for Litecoin? Well, considering we are at resistance right now, buying at resistance is never really a good idea. The one thing you'd want to wait out for is a clean breakout of this resistance right here, and then buying in then. But as for testing support, our first support is back at 220, and then our next support is testing these highs at 210 to 200. So if you were looking to place orders for Litecoin, I would say place orders somewhere between $200 to $220, 200 to 220. Now, splitting your orders between those price ranges and capturing some possible retest of support down for Litecoin. But this was just a quick video on Litecoin. If you want me to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.